can you do that?
Hey, everybody! This is Attack of the Show. We're live on Thursday, May 8th. I'm Kevin Pereira, and Olivia's face is not in a barf bag today.
No, it was like this yesterday. It was very bad. I'm Olivia Munn. Yeah, this is TV Talk, stuff you care about. We're glad you're with us.
Yes. Now, on the show today, insect porn. Thank you. We're going to reveal some hot bug-on-bug action starring Blue Velvet's Isabella Rossellini. It's weird, it's exotic, and it's around the net. Plus, in the loop, Super Deluxe as we know it has gone bye-bye. We're investigating the fate of other comedy sites. We're going to talk with DoubleViking.com about the future of online comedy.
Also in Web Tools, we'll look at the Internet Olympics. Strata and IBEU.com are two sites where people gather from around the world to compete against each other in things like beatboxing and going one-on-one with Jessica Alba in a staring contest. We'll tell you guys all about it. Then, in Gadgetron, Laptop Week continues as we review the Lenovo ThinkPad X300. It's thinner than the MacBook Air, but we'll tell you if it's worth the price.
Beatboxing online competition. Do you want to serve them all right now while I toss to the pretty graphics?
Sure.
Give them a little something. It's time now to run down the top 5 things on the web. We're going around the net.
I also beat you in a staring contest.
You're on man the net? Huh?
I wear contacts. I can beat you in a staring contest.
You could. Plus, you're dead behind the eyes, so there's not much to really cause blinking. No, she's really good. Show him real doll face. Give him a little real doll. Thank you. You can't compete with that. You can't compete with that.
Do real guy.
Real guy is it?
Real guy.
It's the tongue. That's all it is. It's a slight modification. We're starting things off by showing you the most dangerous, lethal, scary fighting machine the world has ever seen. It's a marching band tuba player.
That's right. That's right, Kevin. You say that with confidence.
It's a marching band tuba player.
Yeah. In life, you quickly learn that you don't run through poison ivy. You don't.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you don't run through downtown Beirut.
No.
And you don't run through marching bands. Hey, tuba! Teach this little punk a lesson.
Really marching. It seems like a good time to run through.
That's true.
But now the little kid has a life pursuit. You know, he's going to become a jock and then take out his revenge on tuba players and nerds the world over for the rest of his life. Or he'll go back home and cry to his World of Warcraft guild, and that'll be that. Most likely.
Is that your story, Kevin?
I didn't have WoW when I was young. Sorry, I didn't have friends to play with anyways. What? It's cool. I could have played with my parents, but they were never there for me. I love you, even though you don't love me, Mom and Dad.
Can Kevin go home now?
Coming in at number 4, Olivia.
We're looking at a real-life version of Ron Burgundy in the form of basketball great Charles Barkley.
Yeah, see, an anchorman, Ron Burgundy, would read anything that appeared on the teleprompter. It happens. And apparently, same goes for Charles Barkley. Here's what happened during halftime of last night's TNT basketball game.
So you're seeing some script there that they had Charles read for a T-Mobile spot at halftime after we got off the air.
Read anything.
Yeah, and so I saw that when I was getting ready for the show earlier tonight. I looked in there and I said, what's this for Charles? And I went, oh, let me just add a little something in here and see if he reads it.
Hey, this is Charles Barkley. I hope you're enjoying the NBA playoffs on TNT. And I hope you have enjoyed my T-Mobile Fave 5 list. I'm a dumbass. Charles Barkley, I'm not reading. I'm just talking naturally like what I do. I'm Charles Barkley.
Let me just say, Charles, I feel your pain. It happens to the best of us. For example, MC Hammer is not Mick Hammer.
No, it is not, Olivia.
It's a lesson I learned the hard way.
But yours was endearing and warm. Charles was just kind of like a robot.
But he didn't have a great Kevin Pereira sidekick to make him really funny.
Appreciate that much. Thanks, Olivia. In at number 3 today is another video that shows us a beautiful, adorable, amazing gift from nature.
If by beautiful do you mean freakishly upsetting?
Well, that's what beautiful means to me.
to assume that somehow, some way, humans are responsible for this tragedy.
Sure. I mean, you know, spewing all sorts of insane chemicals all over the place. That might have one or two unfortunate consequences, but this could be just what we need to revive our sagging economy. Think about it. No, seriously, take a second. Look at this guy in his fancy town restaurant. Well, howdy. I'm Colonel Duck Bucket, founder of Bucket O' Ducks, home of the Duck Bucket. When you're stuffing your face full of duck sticks, how much do you hate having to reach back into the bucket of ducks for more? Well, now, with our patented new double sticks, it's a problem of the past. See, we put stem cells into them ducks, and now they got double as many leggings. So now when you're done with one duck stick, just rotate the bone, and you get to the second stick. We call them double sticks. They're like handlebars for your tummy. Go get it. Only at Bucket of Ducks. Hey, if it walks like a duck and sounds like a duck, eat it. That's the Colonel Duck Bucket way. Yeah!
Okay.
I'm still full for that. With double leggings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say, double sticks are worth destroying the planet for.
And they're flavored with a secret blend of 11 genetically modified organisms and petrochemicals. I mean, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong.
A little Pereira juice.
A little Yahtzee and some Tapatio. That's all you need.
And a wet wipe, just in case it gets messy. Coming in at number 2 today.
They normally are wearing bibs anyways. At the restaurant.
Today, coming in at number 2 today, is a new video from the Onion News Network. America's
What is it today?
Number 2 today. Coming into number 2.
Charles Barkley.
Coming in number 2 today is America's third most believable source of information.
That's right. This clip is, it's The Onion.
I'm a dumbass.
Did we mention it's The Onion? It's The Onion's morning news show. It's called Today Now, which tries to use their state-of-the-art age progression technology to help the mother of a missing child. I love this clip.
If you're a longtime viewer of Today Now, you'll remember the story of Tanya Charlie, the girl from Cleveland, Ohio that disappeared 4 years ago today.
Now, what Douglas has been doing, Miss Charlie, is taking the photos that you've generously provided us of Tanya as a child and digitally aged them. What a lovely girl.
Here's Tanya in 2004.
Oh, that's just so sad.
Hungry and desperate for money, she would have bleached her hair blonde to increase her market value as a child prostitute.
Are those bruises from her pimp, Douglas?
Yes.
Could you bring us up to date on what does Tanya look like right now on the streets?
She's probably about 30 pounds overweight, dressed in a tattered Cleveland Browns jersey, carrying a jaundiced baby swaddled in a garbage bag.
Well, thank you so much, Douglas.
Hey, it's true. The blondes are more expensive.
Blondes are. But you can tell why we love that. We're horrible people.
Oh, it's serious. But yeah, you
When
don't
they
have
got
to be.
into child prostitution, that's when Kevin.
That's when I started chuckling. That's when the lulls came out. We actually called Today Now. We asked them to use that age progression technology on us.
It's very exciting. I look like Ann Curry.
I kind of got a Larry King thing going.
I can see that. I can
Don't
see
say that.
that.
That's
Can't
terrible.
you look at this face, huh? Look at it. Look. That's Larry King. Aww.
Finally, coming in at number 1 today.
Okay, you hate your life.
And blowing our minds, it's green porno.
Green Porno is a series of 8 short films originally created for the Sundance Film Festival. They star Isabella Rossellini, who reenacts the actual sex lives of insects while wearing large insect costumes.
And no, we're not making any of this up, but we would like to go on record as saying that we approve of getting these things into schools as quickly as possible. I'm telling you, they're very educational.
They are.
If I were a male bee, a female ready to mate, sex, I would fly after her. I would mate her in flight. Oh, my penis would break off. She will be queen. She would start a new colony with my babies. If I were a mantis, I would penetrate her. She would turn her head. She would snatch my head off. She would eat me, but I keep copulating. Nothing stops me. I keep
Olivia.
Yeah, I know.
Well, the squid's doing it again.
She must have gotten excited by the bug
Well,
porn,
okay, great. We established a motive. Can we stop it now?
Just look disinterested, okay?
Oh, I look interested. I didn't know interest was the look on my face right now.
If you react, it only encourages her, so just pretend like you don't care.
Just get the spray bottle.
Fine.
Spray the squid.
Okay, bad squid! Bad squid!
Get away! You're bad!
Bad squid!
Every time.
I know.
Oh, it's all slimy.
You know how.
I did not.
You encouraged it.
You spent all that money on obedience school. Wasted. To get your daily viral fix and check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet.
I've got an idea. Let's bring that squid back in here. Yeah. Bring that squid back in here.
You're not going to squid whisper, are you?
No, bring this. Get in here.
I don't want any more. My arm's already sore.
Can you do a dance for me real quick? Dance with the squid. And don't forget to catch tonight's 10 o'clock show featuring AT&F exclusive videos. Tonight we've got 22-year-old Argentinian hottie who's smart, tall, and ready for you to take care of his thoughts.
Get in there.
Right now, time for the only news you need to know. Here's Layla Kaylee in the feed headline.
Thanks, guys. Here's what's coming up in the feed. First, MySpace made a big announcement this morning, and we'll give you the scoop on all the new places your profile can go. Plus, Torrent Spy has to pay a whopping $111 million in damages for pirated material. And you might think you're just a PC gamer, but Electronic Arts thinks you're a pirate. It's all coming your way in just a few minutes. But first, back to you guys.
Sturdy table, huh, Kev?
Tables have turned.
Tables have turned. You guys, still ahead on the show, we go inside the shiny world of Speed Racer and talk with Emil Hirsch, Matthew Fox, and Christina Ricci.
Yes, plus, if you're looking to compete against the German in beer pong, I'm going to tell you how in Web Tools.
And in Gadgetron, our laptop week continues as we review an anorexic laptop skinnier than the MacBook Air. Way to go, guys. Stay tuned.
They don't give out varsity letters in Wii tennis. The Morgan Minute begins in 60 seconds. Yes, the Wii's motion-sensitive controller has revolutionized gaming, but it is not exercise. I'm as happy as anybody to see titles like Wii Fit and Wii Healthy used in hospitals and nursing homes. Making regular activity fun is a great therapeutic tool for people recovering from obesity or ennui. But the rest of you, get outside. There is a big, beautiful world out there. It's got sunshine and oxygen and people you can talk to. No headset required. With any luck, some of them might even date you. Enjoy your games, I do, but the most important combo move I ever learned was to put the controller down and leave the house for a while. The game will still be there when you get back. Promise. I'm Morgan, and that has been a minute.
The masterminds of the video game revolution return.
You know, this jail thing's kind of like summer camp, except with lots of rape and a lot less sun.
From the creators of Code Monkeys comes Code Monkeys Season 2. As offensive and raunchy as South Park, only better.
Wish you were in a coma so I could show you just how much I love you.
Like an arcade game with potty mouth.
There's no such thing as bad press, dude. Just ask Charles Manson.
Code Monkeys Season 2, June 1st, right after the world television premiere of King of Kong on G4.
Intended here in Hollywood.
The Feed with Layla Kaylee.
Hey guys, welcome back. Let's get right to it. MySpace is pairing up with Yahoo, eBay, Twitter, and PhotoBucket for their new data portability program. Now you'll be able to take public information from your MySpace page and broadcast it on other sites without using widgets. You can sync up your friends list or have Twitter tell you if any of your MySpace friends are twittering too. MySpace says that even though the data is updated constantly, you'll have full control over the right for a third party to access the data. All of these features should go live within the next couple of weeks, and they're planning on adding more partners, including mum and pop websites. That's so nice. All right, guys, well, hopefully Torrent Spy has deep pockets. They'll have to reach way down to come up with the $111 million a federal judge ordered them to pay. Torrent Spy has been in an ongoing lawsuit with the MPAA over copyright infringement of thousands of films and television shows, and for each infringement, they were fined $30,000. Now, Torrent Spy plans on appealing the decision. They say the huge amount of money is just a dramatic public relations move to bring attention to the case. Well, it's working. And in other other pirate news, Google says they will not resolve their piracy issue with Viacom out of court. In fact, they're willing to take the dispute all the way to the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, a Viacom spokesperson said that just because YouTube is the biggest video site on the internet doesn't mean piracy laws don't apply to them. In fact, they claim they're not fighting this battle for themselves, they're fighting it for anyone who has a copyright. Now, Viacom is seeking $1 billion in damages, but they'll probably keep that for themselves. How ironic. Meanwhile, Electronic Arts would rather assume that everyone is a pirate. PC gamers are upset over a new copy protection system on many upcoming games, including Mass Effect and Spore. Now, the system requires a connection to the internet to install, make sure the CD key is valid, and then registers it to that computer. Then it rechecks the CD key every 5 to 10 days to make sure you aren't pirating the game. Now, some gamers are calling for a boycott of these titles or even thinking about pirating them out of spite. And finally, Turner Broadcasting announced that they are closing down the comedy site Super Deluxe. They'll be laying off most of the employees, and the rest will now be a part of Adult Swim. Adult Swim is considered an edgier brand, and Turner Broadcasting hopes that folding Super Deluxe into them will help them compete against rival comedy sites like College Humor, Comedy Central's website, and Will Ferrell's Funny or Die. All right, guys, that's it for today, but don't worry, the feed doesn't stop here. Stay tuned to G4 all day and look for the feed ticker at the bottom of your screen. We'll have all the news you need to know as it happens. I'm Layla Kaylee, and you've just been fed.
Thanks, Layla. Now, as you just heard in the feed, the internet comedy site Super Deluxe will soon be folded into the Adult Swim website. Now, in today's Loop, we'll be joined by Double Viking to talk about why this happened and the future of internet comedy. All right, before we begin, we should mention that Super Deluxe was unable to join us for tonight's Loop, but they did assure us that Turner Broadcasting will maintain all its existing contracts and new content will continue to appear on the site until it does get folded into AdultSwim.com. With that said, I'd like to introduce my guest for tonight in New York, Director of Original Content for DoubleViking.com. Lucas Kaiser is here. Welcome to the Loop. Lucas, how are you, sir?
Thank you. I'm great.
Look, no one was really expecting this, I think, on the outside to happen to Super Deluxe, because you see the site, they've got so much new content. They have got all the big-name comedians, it seems, churning out original series for them. What exactly happened? What happened to Super Deluxe?
Well, what you just said at the end there was the problem. I think they spent all their money on getting celebrities, and from the inside perspective, I think just everyone saw this coming. I mean, for example, they had a series called Tub Talk with Craig Bierko. And for people who don't know who Craig Bierko is, that's right, you're not supposed to know who Craig Bierko is. He's a horrible celebrity. And, I mean,
but I know he was in the tub with John Malkovich, massaging his scalp with the Garnier Fructis. Obviously, it seems like somebody's making money if they're spending it there, but you're saying they might not have been making it, they were just spending it?
They were right. I mean, that's what happens with any of these large corporate-sponsored websites. I mean, NBC had .comedy as well, which folded. It's happened a couple other times. CBS was developing one that they folded before it came out. Basically, any of these corporate experiments fail, like either in their infancy or a year or two out.
And is it because they're related to a corporation? Because, I mean, I know Double Viking, you guys also produce comedy for an online audience. So you guys worried that something similar might be happening to your site?
We're not worried at all.
Is that because you're not part of a major conglomerate or owned by a larger corporation?
It's because we're drunk, but mostly it's because we're not. Yeah, it's because we're not connected to a corporation. My boss started the company while he was working at a seafood factory, basically, not in a boardroom. You know what I mean? So it's like when you have to deal with like shareholders and getting the stock up and everything. Of course, when your site is underperforming slightly, they're going to close the doors. I mean, Super Deluxe, I think, probably also completely underdelivered, despite the big name talent, and a lot of quality content on there as well. It's just I just don't think there was ever, outside of a few fans, I don't think there was ever just like that community that surrounded it, like on Double Viking or College Humor or Break.
Well, so then very quickly, Lucas, what does the future hold for sites like Double Viking or like the College Humors or any of the other sites? Is it going to be staying away from big name talent because it may cost too much? Is it going to be longer form content, or is it going to be business as usual for the next 5 to 10 years?
I feel like for a little while, I think people jumped the gun with basically with putting a lot of money towards short form content, and that possibly was, you know, because of Funny or Die, getting Will Ferrell or whatever. But I mean, it seems like their overhead is pretty low compared to like Super Deluxe, for example. So I think the future holds for the short term at least, keeping costs low and just having funny content. And I think people are getting, you know, more and more used to longer episodic, you know, content, like watching full episodes on you know, network television websites. So eventually you're going to find, you know, brands that are sparking up on their own like that.
All right, Lucas, thank you so much for stopping by and keeping us in the loop. We're all big Double Viking fans here, and I know our audience is as well. So thanks again for your time.
From internet comedy to internet competition, new sites are allowing you to square off with people all over the world in things like beer pong and lightsaber combat. Today we're previewing the birth of the Internet Olympics in a brand new edition of WebTools.
Forget Beijing. The Olympics of the Internet are right at your fingertips with Strutta.com and IBU.com. On these two sites, players from around the world gather to compete against each other, posting challenge videos and dishing out the smack talk, all in the quest to achieve glory in the world's biggest online video battle zone. From beatboxing to lightsaber combat, there's something for everyone on both Strutta and IBU. Both sites work the same way. If you want to be a contender, first pick a category and check out the competition. Let's say beer pong is your game. Then get out there and shoot your video, create a profile, and upload it to the site of your choice. Once up, you decide how long to give opponents to get in the game. On both Strutta and IBU, viewers will either vote for you or challenge you. Then it's time to talk some trash. The winner is whoever racks up the most votes and ranks #1 at the close of your competition. Now, as we said, both sites are very similar, but if we're keeping the competitive spirit alive, IBU's got a bit of an edge. For starters, IBU has more of a community element. You can interact with friends, foes, and create groups of your favorite competitors. And on Strutta, you can't. The other thing they've got going for them is the chance to go face-to-face with Jessica Alba. Basketball's Baron Davis, one of the site's owners, started a competition called the Staring Contest, which got Jessica all fired up, competing with the game's challengers.
And I'm going to challenge Nash and the 5 top women on I Beat You.
This is probably the closest any of us will get to Jessica Alba, so go ahead, get in there. So if you want to show off your skills to the rest of the world, or just show up your friends online, be sure to check out Strutta.com and IBU.com to become the next great Internet Olympian.
Unlike the Beijing Olympics, the Internet Olympics will get in there, not burn your lungs with pollution or leave you in a Chinese prison, which does happen when you go to China.
Unless, of course, you're actually playing the Internet Olympics in China, because then you go to the prison for using the Internet.
That's true.
So keep that in mind.
Or is that Korea?
It's one of the same, right?
No, they're different.
Offended. Time for some show and tell. I brought something very, very special. Yes, folks.
Oh, look at that.
It's not a Vice magazine spread, but it's close. It's a picture of Olivia barfing in an airport bathroom. It happened yesterday when we were dog fighting in planes.
You can see my Quiznos in the toilet right there.
Yeah, and your pride. I don't know if you saw it. It was swirling around as well.
I just want to say, Kevin had a hard time too. It was different. I
give you full credit. I mean,
you guys, we went up in planes and they said, "Here, you fly." I'm not kidding you.
And there you go, huh?
What we did, it takes people who have to get their wings in the Air Force. It takes them a year of training before they do what we did, and then they get the wings. We did it in one day.
We call that buzzing the tower, by the way, now.
Yeah.
Permission to buzz the tower.
That picture doesn't tell the entire story.
Oh, no. You're actually going to see everything that happened behind this photo next week when your lovely hosts go head-to-head in Kevin versus Olivia week.
What? You'll see dogfighting, barfing, lie detectors, and for the first time ever, we will do an entire show without being able to see.
Yeah. Catch it during Kevin versus Olivia week starting Monday night at 7 and 10. Visit G4TV.com/AOTS if you want all the juicy details.
Did you know they're actually going to throw lye in our eyes to blind us?
I'm totally okay with that. I've been practicing Bloodsport style, plucking fish out of the water.
Still at everybody. Allison Hayslip talks to the stars of Speed Racer, Emil Hirsch, Matthew Fox, and Christina Ricci.
And later, Laptop Week rolls on. Today's gadget front is the new Lenovo ThinkPad. It's skinnier than the MacBook Air, supposedly.
It is.
Stay tuned, we'll explain.
The feed is brought to you by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
So you...
Can I just talk about the Wachowski brothers for a second? The Wachowski siblings know what they're doing, and in Speed Racer it's obvious because they are declaring war on epileptics.
That's right.
And it's awesome.
Speed Racer is eye candy supersized. It's crazy, lots of stuff going on. It's kind of like a cartoon, but not. Alton Hayslip hung out with a cast including Emil Hirsch and Christina Ricci to talk about the stunning visuals and how well the classic Japanese anime translates to the big screen. I love Christina Ricci.
All drivers to your cars, please. All drivers to your cars.
The winner, Speed Racer.
The guys who created The Matrix bring the anime classic Speed Racer to the big screen in a blazing array of hybrid cartoon and live action.
Tell me what this film's about.
This film is about young Speed Racer, the young race car driver who goes to try to win all the races, and the evil corporations of the world try to get him.
You walk away from this deal, no matter how well you drive. You won't win, you won't place.
The Wachowskis used a new Sony f/23 high-def camera that allowed them to keep the foreground and the background in focus, giving the appearance of real-life anime. The camera is so exclusive, they had guards on them during the shooting and shot the entire film on green screen.
Green screen's crazy. They warned me in advance that it was going to be really difficult. It was just like perfecting the art of being in the gimbal, which is this big robotic arm that would just thrash you around and give you whiplash.
And Lost star Matthew Fox plays Racer X, the shadowy figure who refuses to let his identity be known.
He's got a nickname called the Harbinger of Boom, and he causes many accidents on the track, and he's a very hardcore, aggressive driver. He is very mysterious, and he's an enigma. People aren't sure where he's coming from.
The only way you'll ever stop these people is to bring them to justice.
Christina Ricci plays Speed's girlfriend, Trixie.
She is Speed's childhood sweetheart. You know, she's sort of like the feminist ideal, where she's as girly as she wants to be, but then at the same time, she drives her cars, she flies a helicopter, she fights.
Speed Racer, what are you thinking? They gave us a lot of the digital imagery that they'd already gathered from all over the world, and they were building these digital environments that were going to be set pieces in the movie, essentially. And you could walk around and look at the monitors, and they'd already have the digital imagery laid in. It would give you an idea of what that place and what that world was like.
Loaded with state-of-the-art visual effects, this film is a thrill ride that blurs the line between animation and real life, and promises to blow away audiences when it hits theaters this weekend.
The Wachowskis' next project is rumored to be a live-action Ninja Scroll.
No timetable on that one, but Speed Racer hits the theaters tomorrow. Now, it's an old showbiz legend that every time Frank Sinatra would snap his fingers, 8 showgirls would arrive. Just like that.
Really?
Just like that. The best I can do is the fellas in a virtual audience, actually.
But they're powered by Stickcam, not you.
All right, first up, let's do a little more chatter about Super Deluxe closing their doors and what might happen to other video sites if the same mistakes are made. Let's start with Joey. Joey, were you a fan of the Super Deluxe videos? Did you hit the site a lot?
Yeah, I visited Super Deluxe actually quite often.
Did you go there because there were big-name celebrities doing their thing, or did you just go because the individual little shorts were funny?
I went really because, like, if I got bored, just browsing the internet, just something to look at.
Yeah.
Well, Joey, are you worried that talented comedians will go undiscovered as sites like Super Deluxe are just gone?
I'm actually not, because if a comedian's really that talented, you'll be seeing them on, like, HBO and Comedy Central.
That's a good point.
So wait, so if you're online, you really aren't that funny? Is that really the bottom line?
No, I think you said if you're online and you're really funny, you'll make it to HBO.
You'll get the exposure.
Or G4TV.com.
Joey, where do you go now if you're bored? If Super Deluxe is gone, what are you going to hit up?
Oh, there's always YouTube or the Stickcam rooms.
So fickle. There's always
Sick
1,000
camera.
other sites. 1,000 other sites.
You have to be good. You need Will Ferrell on your site, apparently.
True. Very true.
Now, next up, we're talking with Amra about yesterday's $111 million judgment against Torrent Spy. Now, Amra, should Torrent Spy be held liable for simply tracking its users' downloads?
Honestly, if Torrent Spy is held accountable, then Google should be held accountable, and the person who, or the company that allowed Torrent Spy to exist should be accountable.
Are you prepping a case on behalf of the MPAA, Amra? Because that sounds like that's their exact argument as well.
No, I'm basically saying if the MPAA is just going to go after Torrent Spy, they should go after everything that Torrent Spy can be found on. And
Sure. Well, any site that might link to a torrent file, obviously, is the argument there. But they're not. Do you think they're making a case out of Torrent Spy?
I think yes, and I think they're just trying to scare the crap out of all the other companies that harbor torrents. But the thing that happened with Pirate Bay is people tried to, or the companies in different places tried to sue them, and they completely lost their cases. So.
And are you going to stop downloading the old BitTorrents now because of this, Amra?
Who said I downloaded BitTorrent?
What your hard drive did when I was at your house searching it. I mean, you can't get that much hentai unless you're getting it illegally off of a BitTorrent.
You know, whenever I hear class action suits, I get so upset that I wasn't involved in it. I'm like, I want some of that $111 million. Like when Airborne was sued, I was like, I took Airborne, I could have some.
Well, if you saved all of your receipts for all that Airborne you bought, you could send it back and get really nothing.
Okay, that sucks.
Sorry.
All right, that's it for today. Thank you, virtual audience.
Yes, you may now resume your rampage through Liberty City, but thanks for taking a break.
So recently, our web team scored an exclusive interview with Bear McCreary, composer of Battlestar Galactica.
That's right, Bear and the BSG Orchestra performed 2 sold-out concerts here in LA featuring the music of Battlestar Galactica, and our cameras had exclusive access. If you want to check it out, go to g4tv.com/BSG. So say we all.
Now today, we've got stuff for all you lonely rich bastards.
Laptop, please.
Go to g4tv.com/AOTS for all things you guys saw today and more.
X-Play is up next, everybody.
Hey, Lenovo.
A good night.
Please.
Really?